Hey, what's going on? Coming at you from Chicago, Illinois. So, I did a video not too long ago. It was a video that Matt Walsh that he had made about Jazz Jennings, and then I went ahead and made a video. It was called Matt Walsh's Jazz Jennings Video: A Religious Take, to just add some religious information to the whole context of transgender and that movement, that lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to expound on that whole topic a little bit in this video. So in Matt's video, he quotes Breitbart News, where it's mentioned that Jazz had 4 sex changes. And it made me wonder, like, why multiple sex change operations? Why wouldn't it just be, I mean, none of it was acceptable, but why multiple surgeries? And then I recalled a video that I saw from last year. It was the title of this video that I'm going to reference to is called Detransitioner Interview, Botched Surgery, Regret, and the Social Contagion. And this video is from the YouTube channel, The Blair White Project. And there's this individual named Shapeshifter, and this is what he has to say. So I'm going to kind of start towards the end of that interview on that channel, and then I'm just going to loop back towards the middle of the interview. So again, this is what Shapeshifter had to say on this interview. Sometimes a bitter truth is better than a sweet lie, as Shapeshifter said earlier in that interview. He wishes that somebody would have just hugged him and said, "You're not a woman, and you're never going to be one, no matter what you do." So, going back to earlier in that interview, Shapeshifter said that he wasn't taking hormones or stopped taking hormones and started having back problems in 2020. At first he thought it was a mattress issue, but it turned out that he had osteoporosis, and that's because he had the bottom surgery, so he didn't have the natural testosterone and also wasn't on estrogen, but went back onto the estrogen once he found out that he had osteoporosis. So there was just that an imbalance because he didn't have any hormones in his body after he had the bottom surgery. So it just ended up causing complications for this person. So this interview was from last year. Fast forward to this was about a week ago on the channel Soft White Underbelly, and the title of that video is X Detransitioning Trans Woman Interview Shapeshifter. I'm not going to get into that interview. I'm just going to say this one quick thing that Shapeshifter had to say in this interview. Shapeshifter says he wants to have his breast removed because of his osteoporosis, and the osteoporosis is very painful. Just the back problems, and then Shapeshifter said that the breasts, that they were heavy, and so he's a little hesitant because it's gonna cost a lot of money now to get these breasts removed, And so if and when shapeshifter does go ahead and get the breast removed, it's almost as he's doing a 360 and then just ending up right back to where he was as a biological man born without the ability to have breasts, into adulthood. So this is tough. This is a tough video to make. This is tough information to absorb, but this information, it needs to be told, because a lot of these individuals, they think that by having these operations that they're going to be able to achieve something that they think is going to be, a pleasant result in their minds, but it just ends up turning into, it almost seems like a nightmare. So I think it's important to have this this conversation, have this information get out there, so that more individuals do not succumb to this it's an illusion, it's a delusion. These individuals, they were biological men before the sex operations, and guess what? After the sex operations, they're still biological men. So I'm gonna jump over here to this book that I mention a lot in these videos that I make, As It Was in the Days of Noah by Jeff Kinley. And then this I'm going to read from a chapter called 50 Shades of Immorality. And what I'm going to be reading is in reference to Adam and Eve. So it says, instead of resting in the identity he'd graciously given them, they created substitute identities using fig leaves. Instead of believing they were loved, their hearts were now filled with fear. The after effects continued. Confusion set in, causing Adam and Eve to be messed up in the head about who they were. Their brains became sin-tainted, and their ability to think was now malfunctioning. An addiction to sin was born and would be passed on to their offspring. I'm telling you guys, tough information. So what do I take away from all this information here? It's easier just to do things the way our Creator intended for us to do, to be. He's the one in charge. He's the one who created this creation, created male and female, and individuals don't get to choose that. They're a part of his creation, and again, it appears that it's just easier just to do things his way. And will it be easy doing things this way? No. There's temptations, there's struggles, there's difficulties. But he doesn't just abandon us. He gives us that opportunity to meet him halfway. And he's more than done his part to meet on his part halfway. We just have to do the rest to meet him halfway. So that was today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.